So a new Phil Spencer interview showed up. Some gentleman, I just saw the interview on YouTube and I was watching a little bit, but when you're a dad and, kids are active in the evening, you can't really hear much. So I put it aside, but, now kids are in bed. I'm on Twitter and Tom Warren has basically gotten a clip out of it that I listened to that I thought was probably noteworthy that we, talk about. It's surprisingly not going to shock you. Oh, you guessed it. You know what it says. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
And we're really taking an approach of we want people to be able to play Xbox on many different screens. Now, not every experience will be the same. We obviously love the native experience we have on our own platform and our own hardware. And that's something that will continue for us. But we're not going to put walls up around where people can engage with the great games our studios are building, or where they can experience Xbox through different forms, whether it's cloud, whether it's on PC, whether it's on handheld PCs, whether it's on phones. I want everybody to be able to play on Xbox.
And to me, I think that's a sound strategy. It's a strategy that's actually, in my opinion, one that really does shake up the industry from the, practices that it's been taking, and running wild with. In this particular regard, what you're going to see is the expectation is going to change. Once all the noise and all the fanboys and, honestly, all this fanboyism talk and all that's a small minority. In all reality, people aren't really concerned, to be honest, in real life, what is going on in terms of the internet talk. I've said this many times. If you look at the collective views and collective engagement of the people who actually, listen to this stuff and, listen to interviews and talk about this, it's a very small number. So again, where are gamers? That's what Xbox is asking, and they're going there. PlayStation is asking the same thing. Where are gamers? They're on PC. PlayStation is going there. It literally has an entire PC library on there. And, the same knee-jerk reaction that some of the the PlayStation fans have is a similar one that they also had when their games were going to PlayStation, from PlayStation to PC. I'll show you here in a little bit.
And it does mean more of our games shipping on more platforms, not just PlayStation. We love the work that we do with Nintendo. We love what we do with Valve on.
Hey, what's not to love when, Minecraft constantly is bringing in all kinds of, silly money every single time on the top list in terms of, all the platforms. And I'm certain, that this particular effect you can also see across the board. If you look at, say, maybe something from the weekly tracking from January 4th, you see Minecraft as number 9 on PlayStation. You see Minecraft as number 6 on Xbox. And if we could get access to Nintendo's data, I would not be surprised if we also saw it in one of the top played games on that platform.
Steam. And that's going to continue. We'll just continue to do more of it because what we learn is put the games first. Make sure the games can be as great as they can. We love the experience on our own hardware, our own platform.
That's a very worthy thing of note because Sarah Bond said something in that little State of Xbox thing that they did. She said that the Xbox console gives them a big, huge metric on how they need to basically, build their games. So they get a benchmark. The Series S and Series X says build your game to be able to run on this hardware. That way, they're able to just basically scale down, focus, and then build a game. And then eventually, when it comes to shipping it to other platforms are already there. They have their standards and their metrics, and they can all just basically springboard from there. So the console is a very strong piece of this pipeline from a technical perspective, as well as a commercial perspective for them.
But our games will show up in more and more places.
No problems. No problem, Phil. I mean, y'all know me. I don't like exclusivity, so this is music to my ears. At the end of the day, gamers get to play games wherever they are. Now, he mentioned something here, and I thought, this would probably be a good time to go ahead and verify some of his claims because he said that that they enjoy the work they're doing on their partners like Valve and so on and so forth. Now, we can't get access to Nintendo's data. We can get access to some of Matt Piscatella's stuff that will kind of give us an idea. But let's just review the best of 2023 and going back and seeing if truly, he is enjoying the work that's actually being done by, that they're doing on Steam. And in reality, they are. The top grossing games of 2023 featured in the top category 2 games from their studios. This was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 at the time, or I guess you say Call of Duty as a whole, because Call of Duty is a platform actually. It's weird, but it actually is. And then Starfield was also in that top list, sharing and rubbing shoulders with Hogwarts Legacy and Cyberpunk 2077 based on the new update and Phantom Liberty or whatever it was called, including Baldur's Gate 3 and even a game like Dota 2. They were all pretty much chilling there together. In the gold category, where games that came out that year, like FC23, which was probably one of the big sellers in the whole game, and even FC24, you can see that even their games, probably were not necessarily featured in this category. But when you go down, all say maybe to like the gold or the silver or the bronze category, you're going to see something that I think is actually very interesting, which is Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves has been thriving on Steam as a platform itself. Then you had Forza 5 also doing well. So for those who may be wondering, like, are these Xbox games actually doing very well when they're on other platforms? They actually are. I think, the conversation has always centered around Xbox fans and such who play on the Xbox ecosystem and the Xbox platform. But when people from, the outside, and I'm sure the only outside community that plays more Xbox games is PC at this moment than anywhere else, they can tell you for sure that there's a big following around these Xbox games. And Phil Spencer is not just basically pulling, stuff out of the air. Like, this whole PC thing was literally, in my opinion, what simply kept Xbox afloat when PlayStation was decimating them through the Xbox One generation. You look at a game like even Age of Empires 4, the Anniversary Edition is sitting here in the bronze category, rubbing shoulders with other games like Skyrim and, even the Spider-Man remastered games and so on and so forth. Basically saying that, these games are bringing in, a good stream of revenue for Xbox. And if you want to go back and look through more data sets, you can look at 2022, 21, 2019, where you see games like Flight Simulator, Halo, the different Halo titles, and even more Age of Empires Empire titles, Grounded as well, small, tiny games that people may have overlooked. But these are games that have really been very fun from, a results perspective at the end of the day. And I think PlayStation has seen this. I think PlayStation has realized that there is a market here. In fact, if we go through the exact same lists to even take a look, you'll notice that we also skim past some PlayStation games ranking in some of these categories. I mean, sure, Destiny 2 they acquired, but I'll give it to them. And then as we go down to maybe even the bronze category and the silver category, you start seeing games like Marvel Spider-Man 2. You start seeing games like, Miles Morales, The Last of Us Remaster. These games are PlayStation games, and they're also getting, featured in terms of grossing in a top spot anyways with the Xbox games as well. So again, this particular paradigm and this particular, strategy is working, and Xbox has just had a head start and has now built, in my opinion, an audience that expects their games coming and they have money ready. PlayStation, on the other hand, they seem to want to take the approach of slowly release on PC. Well, we'll see how that works out for them. But I think Xbox is already in a comfortable place where they understand this. And now they want to go in and explore the PlayStation ecosystem. They want to explore the Nintendo ecosystem more. Wherever their games are going to make money for them, they're going to go ahead and take that, opportunity. For them right now, there's just no world where an Xbox game needs to fail in terms of sales or in terms of reception or in terms of an audience. They seem to have the mind that they're going to basically hit with every single game. If anything, break even and make at least a small profit as the bare minimum, because this is pretty much how things are going to run for them. So talk to me in the comment section. I'd love to hear what it is that you guys have to say in regard to this particular issue. It's nothing new, but it's nice to go back and see the back end and look at the data and how it's translated for them so far. Peace out.